I want to shift gears a little bit and give a love to NBA champion Serge Ibaka. He was a key part of the Raptors title run this past season. Ibaka averaged over 11 points, 5 boards, and almost 2 blocks in the NBA Finals. And the other day, he posted one of the best videos you'll see this summer. Him eating at a restaurant in the Congo with the Larry O'Brien trophy.
Wow. A restaurant he used to go to beg for leftovers at the end of the night.
I'm all for, you know, the Larry O'Brien, like, Stanley Cup, going on a tour, like the Stanley Cup trophy. I'm for that. But since we are joined by the undefeated world champion boxer, Andre, we have to ask you, do you have any boxing tips for Serge? Because he's struggled. He's been in a lot of dust-ups, and he actually throws punches, but he never connects, Andre. Come on now.
Yeah, Serge is, I mean, his reach is probably, I don't know, 80-something. I think the issue with Serge is the telegraph. If you look at all the punches he's thrown, he pulls it back like this, like he does the bow and arrow thing.
It's a real breakdown.
Everybody in the arena knows it's coming, and then the opponent, or not the opponent, it shouldn't be an opponent, the player that he's getting into it with, they get out the way. It's not that hard. If you got that kind of reach and then you pull it back like that, you're never going to land. He needs to talk to my boy Dame. Dame boxes regularly. We talk about boxing. Dame is always in the gym. He needs to holler at Dame to step to, not for, you know, that purposes of on the court, but just so he can tighten his game up and get a little bit more coordinated.
I would say it's good Serge hasn't landed any of these because Serge is a big guy, and if he hit any of those, we'd be talking about a very long suspension.
I mean, you really, it's like you're a boxing analyst or something. You really broke that down.
I'd like to do that one day.
Right. So I'm dying to know, from a legendary boxer's perspective, in your opinion, what is the most memorable NBA fight?
There are a good amount of ones to choose from. 1977 finals between Dawkins and Lucas. This right here was intense. You see the ref in the middle trying to stop it. Dawkins comes, sneaks the shot right there. Then somebody sneaks him from behind. He turns around, and it's really Dawkins versus everybody. He squares up like he's done this before, and it's just a melee. It's crazy. If you listen to the audio, which we don't have right now, you'll hear the analyst he's basically doing blow by blow. He's like, look, Dawkins gets hit, and then he turns around. It's Dawkins versus everybody. Funny, nobody really got hurt, so you can laugh at it, but that was probably one of the most memorable NBA fights.
Can you imagine if that happened in the NBA Finals now?
It wouldn't get that far.
Look, our jump crew are hoop heads, and all of us had to, you know, search this.
Yeah.
And thank you for bringing this back into our lives. Yeah. You really did that. And we actually continue to go into the archives a bit. And I know you're a huge Kobe guy. He's clearly one of the best to ever lace him up. But I got to ask you, do you give him a pass for catching a two-piece from Chris Childs?
I give him a pass, but Kobe should know better. Kobe's my boy. I love him. But, man, you should know after you do that, Childs is going to come with something. Where I'm from, we call that getting snuck. He snuck Kobe. He took off first. Kobe got to be a little bit more alert, man, next time. Got to have his head on the swivel.
Yeah, well, he did on the first one, which allowed the second one.
Different kind of swivel.
Yeah, okay. Look, let's get into a segment before we let you go. Dave let's get into, what were you thinking? And we're going to get into your movie stardom. And we want to know, what were you thinking also when... when you were in the entourage,
Creed.
Steph was in your entourage.
Oh, for bringing out the belt. I mean, we had just won a championship. Steph was supposed to be at home with his wife and kids, and somehow, some way, he talked his wife into coming out to the fights at Oregon and holding the belt. I saw my brother with the belt. I said, Mama, we made it. It's official. I'm winning this fight tonight, and we're moving on to bigger and better things. So shout out to him.
I mean, that was pretty cool sight.
Yeah, that was awesome. I got another, what were you thinking, though? Okay, if I'm a fan and I see Andre Ward, I come up to you and I hand my phone off to my buddy and I pose with you. Let's get a photo. Why does every fan go up to every boxer and hold up their fist? Like, basketball fans don't go up to NBA players and pretend they're shooting a fadeaway. Look at my man George Sedano here. Come on,
I think they feel obligated.
Mark Kriegel.
I think they feel obligated.
Is that cool? Or are you like what are you doing?
That's their moment to feel like a fighter, I guess.
Okay.
I refuse to do the fist anymore.
Oh, is that right?
Like, I'll do the sideways.
You did do it there.
What was the moment when you stopped?
It's about 4 or 5 years ago.
What caused it?
I just realized what you just said. I said, everybody does this. Fans do it, supporters do it, but the fighters always do the typical.
Right.
And I've always kind of worked hard to not be the prototypical fighter or ex-fighter. So I try to, put a little swag to it, put a little side, there you go, something like that.
Well, you put a lot of swag on this show today.
I appreciate that.
Thank you so much
Thank
for joining us.
you for having me. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For highlights and analysis, check out the ESPN app. And for live streaming and premium content, check out ESPN+.